I mean, in the medical world, it's known as autoimmunity is when your own immune system starts attacking your body, but that's not what is going on. Um, Autoimmunity is when your immune system is attacking something that is harmful to you. Um,
Like what?
for example, viruses, bacteria, toxins, these are the things that your immune system is going after. And they actually, these viruses, bacteria, toxins, they go and hide into your organs, in your joints, in your glands. And when your immune system starts to fight with them, starts attacking them, it feels as if your immune system is attacking your own joints or glands or organs. So that's exactly what autoimmunity is.
And viruses especially go into your cells because viruses are just strands of DNA. They cannot exist on their own. So they get into your cells and they're staying there. And then when they mutate and start producing harmful proteins, then your immune system goes after that cell itself. And cysts and tumors are formed when viruses try to protect themselves from the immune system. So they've gotten into a cell and they build a fortress around them, and that's called a cyst. And it's same as a tumor, or and even cancer is that only.
Yeah, they use your body's own resources. For example, they use your body's calcium to form these fortress or cysts.
A lot of people think that autoimmune diseases are caused by gluten, dairy, stress, etc., etc. There's a whole list of things. Then they're just partially right. So none of it is the actual cause. They're just factors that make the virus grow. So all of these things that, like stress, for example, when you produce stress, you create the right hormonal environment inside the body for the virus to grow. And also your immune system is working at a fraction of its capacity whenever you have stress. Please remember this, it's very important. Being stressed is not conducive to good health at all, because it literally cancels your immune system, and it makes it makes so much stress hormone, adrenaline and cortisol, which really feeds viruses. So the cause is viruses, the cause is bacteria, the cause can be toxins, but these factors only exacerbate the cause. Suppose a person doesn't have viruses and bacteria, then they can eat all the gluten and dairy in the world and they will not get an aggravation in their condition. But now once you have a virus, then you got to be careful about what you eat. Now I've been chronically ill, Trisha has been chronically ill, and at some point I understand that when you reach a point of great suffering and nobody is giving you a solution, then you'll say it's my karma. But really it's not true. Everything has a cause, and even the law of karma says that everything has a cause and an effect. So if you take out the cause, for example, if your boat is leaking, then water starts filling up the boat. Yeah, there are many ways to deal with this. Some people take a bucket and start removing the water out, and that's what most medicine is trying to do. They're trying to sort out the symptoms. As and when the symptom comes, okay, I've got pain here, I've got this constipation, I've got this IBS, I've got the skin condition. They want to treat that. They don't want to treat the cause, which is the hole in the boat. So what should you do? First of all, you should take the boat out of the water, which means the water now is part of the cause. So can you say that the water is the cause? So your diet is like the water. It's not really the cause. The water is not the cause of the leak. There's a hole in the boat. So first you have to take the boat out of the water. That means you stop eating all the stuff that's making the water go in. Then you fix that thing with M-Seal or whatever, and then you put it back in the boat, and then you're fine. So that's the approach to take, you know. Don't get into this thinking of it's my karma and I deserve this and I must have done something in a past birth and that's why I'm like this. Not really, because if you go on that route, you cannot find solutions. And I think everyone deserves to be well, no matter what they've done in their past birth. I hope you agree with me.
Can be reversed. they can be reversed to as much as 95% or 98%.
Yeah, but then can I, after reversing it to 95, 98%, can I go back to eating whatever I want and drink alcohol and smoke, and can I do all these things? No? I don't think she's saying yes. What? No?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, the reason is, again, that viruses never leave your body, and most autoimmune diseases are caused by viruses. They do not leave your body at all.
Yeah.
So it's better to keep them in an unmutated state where they're harmless by not giving them the ammunition, which is some foods. Okay, so you really have to make some changes for life if you want relief. But that doesn't mean that you'll be any less happy. You'll be very, very happy when you don't have the disease and the symptoms.
Exactly. And anyone who has gone through an autoimmune condition knows how painful it is, So compared to that pain, this discipline seems like not much effort.
Just to give you a background, Trisha is a survivor of MS, multiple sclerosis, and I'm a survivor of type 1 diabetes, actually type 1.5. It's called LADA. LADA, which is latent autoimmune diabetes in adults. So I got this as an adult, and my sugar levels every morning was like 300 and something every day. I used to check it and just panic, and then I didn't know how to cure it. And then I finally found out that it's caused by virus. I stopped eating all the things that feed the virus, and I started eating some things which will mutate the virus back into its normal. I haven't gone back to drinking and smoking and eating non-veg and any of those things. So I'm doing good. Don't I look happy?
Also, I think one more thing I want to mention is that when you are suffering from an autoimmune disease, the pain and the condition makes you very unproductive, So you lose your ability to make a living for yourself. Then it's like it's a huge it's a huge expense, to keep going to doctors and to keep fighting the side effects of all the steroids or medicines that you're given for autoimmunity. So it's a huge expense. Compared to that, living a disciplined lifestyle seems like nothing to me.
Yeah, to me too. I mean, I lost all my hair, I lost my muscle mass, my testosterone became 2, I had erectile dysfunction, all sorts of things, which is all gone now. I'm feeling very happy about it. I mean, the hair's not coming back yet, but it's coming a little bit. It's coming back too.
Yeah, in terms of expense, I just want to let everyone know that when I was in the worst phase of my multiple sclerosis, and I was trying to find out, I was trying to figure out treatments, I was going to doctors. In a period of 10 days, I ended up spending 5 lakhs.
Yeah, that's costly.
And that too, I didn't get any solution.
Foods that feed viruses and bacteria are foods that you love because the viruses and bacteria have gotten into your nervous system and make you crave for these foods. Get ready to hear the worst news of your life. Gluten feeds viruses. Dairy feeds viruses. Corn feeds viruses. Soya feeds viruses. Wheat. Meat. Yes, meat. My favorite food. I can't eat it because it feeds viruses. Fish. Being a Mallu, how can I live without fish? Like this. Because if you get virus, then you have to get serious about these things. Eggs, which I used to have every day in the morning. Alcohol, smoking, all the fun stuff. Sugar. Yeah. How can you do without this? Well, for health, you give up these things, and there's really no other way that I know. I mean, if you find out anything, then please keep me posted. But as of now, I don't know any way which we can avoid, we can still eat these things and not have viruses and bacteria attacking you inside. I don't really know these things, yeah.
Because of our abuse of antibiotics and use and abuse of insecticides, pesticides, radiation, then toxins that come from our cleaning products, personal care products, these viruses and bacteria also have been exposed to these things, and they have evolved to they have mutated into more dangerous varieties than.
So the virus that was there for my grandfather is not the same virus that I
Not
have.
the same. It has become more dangerous. It has learned to survive through the antibiotics, through.
Am I also not evolving?
Yes, but they are evolving at a much faster pace than us.
Because they're single-celled organisms.
Yeah, and we are.
They go through several lifetimes by the time we finish our lifetime. So
Yeah.
they evolve really fast. That's the reason. Bacteria have evolved so much so that the age-old foods that your grandfather used to eat is no longer safe for you. That's the bad news. I have to live with it too.
So what about if they get a better wheat or A2 milk?
Well, it's going to make a better virus. Yeah.
Wait, shouldn't this emmer wheat you think is
Yeah,
less
it makes high quality virus.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's more pure.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that's the truth.
Okay.
Why is mainstream medicine not able to cure virus and bacteria? I went to my cousin who's an MBBS doctor and I asked him this. He said, I don't know anything about viruses. That's what he told me, honestly. He's done MBBS and MD in skin and he just knows that there's no cure for viruses, is all that he's been taught. And unfortunately, the study of virology is not a big part of the MBBS syllabus. So do not expect the doctors to think out of their syllabus because they get afraid, what if I do something outside my syllabus and it misfires? I don't have the backing of the entire medical community then. So you can understand, please don't blame doctors, don't hate doctors. They're just doing their best. And I think given the circumstances, they're doing a pretty awesome job in most cases. So yeah, we have to step up where the doctors are unable to step up, and we have to educate ourselves.
Also, it's very unfortunate that doctors don't receive sufficient hours of coaching in terms of nutrition,
Yeah, 8 hours is what my cousin said in
yeah.
his whole MBBS.
It's very unfortunate.
Yeah. So that's a bit of a problem.
Even though you are on a vegan diet, you still might be eating some of the foods that are feeding pathogens like viruses and bacteria. For example, corn, soy. And it is possible that even though you are on a vegan diet, probably you are having a lot of fat, even though that's a good fat. You're having a lot of fat, and that's congesting your liver, because when somebody has an autoimmune condition or a chronic illness, your liver is already in a congested state. It's become full of, it's unable to fight off so many pathogens and toxins. So if you're having too much fat, that's not helping either.
Viruses cannot die because they're not alive, right? They're just strands of DNA. But when they find that you're eating a lot of vegan food and you're eating a lot of healthy stuff, then the liver starts to do detox. So the liver throws out a whole lot of toxins which continue to feed the viruses. As the toxins move through the blood, the viruses start to draw nourishment from those things which are moving through the blood. That's what happens. So then you can go on eating the vegan diet, and there's a way to do it. You have to go gentle. If you go all out, full guns blazing, this is what people want to do. They want to just jump into their diets and then make a change right away. I think you should take the advice of a professional and go slow on your veganism or any other thing that you're doing, because of the quick detox which could flood your body with toxins.
Yeah.
The liver starts dumping its toxins into the blood.
Yeah.
And then it later reabsorbs everything. And then
what about viral corpses?
Well, viral corpses happen when viruses reproduce, and the liver soaks up all the viral corpses. Okay. Now I have a patient who's completely vegan, and she's got lupus. Now, lupus is when viral shells which are toxic, which have been soaked up by the liver and were never able to be released because the person was eating high fat. Now, when she went vegan suddenly, all of those things got released into the blood. So these viral corpses, they're very toxic. They started cutting into her red blood cells, and now she has lupus.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's unfortunate. Now she hadn't done the sudden shift to vegan, and if she learned how to detox her liver gently. A lot of people do liver flushes and things like that. It just detoxes your liver all at once, and there's a good chance of getting lupus or something like that. Please don't do any of these fat diets. You need to detox your liver very slowly, and it has to be done under the care of a professional.
Because there are some herbs and fruits and vegetables that help the liver to detox gradually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, there's a lot of herbal science. So I'm a Siddha physician, and that's how I know that there are certain herbs which can slow down the detoxification of the liver, and we have to have them along with our diet. If you don't know what these are, then it's going to be a problem. And it's specific for each case. So we look at the blood and then decide. So we can't just tell you what the herbs are, give you a list, because then some of them can make you feel worse. Especially in cases which I deal with, which we deal with, which have who have fourth stage cancer, third stage cancer. We've got to be very careful in these cases, because if we suddenly detox and the person goes through a pain far worse than chemotherapy. Yeah.